Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson, and today's review is gonna be on Invincible Season 4. Okay, now, if y'all all know me, y'all know I'm a big fan of Invincible. And here we are at Season 4, super pumped up about it. I love the first season of Invincible, I think it's the best. Second was okay, but not as good as the first. The third stepped it up a little bit. I really loved the third season. And here we are at the fourth. And I knew this one was going to be about Thrag and the Invincible War. Even though I haven't read the comics, I was really, looking forward to what was going to happen. I haven't seen any spoilers or anything, so I don't know what's going on. And I was really hoping they were going to nail it this season. And did they? Yes! Man, this season was awesome. It is now my second favorite season. Of course, the first one. It's going to be hard to top that one. But this season was incredible, guys. Now, I did have a couple of problems with it. Of course, nothing's ever perfect, so I expected something, that I wouldn't like about it. But only things I really didn't like about it was I didn't like the episode with the devil and them going to hell and all that. I liked the premise and I liked what they did, but I didn't like the devil himself. I thought he was too silly and campy, and I didn't like the fact that they spent a lot of time there. They could have cut this episode in half, merged it with another half of a storyline or another B plot storyline that's going on, and made it more exciting. But I felt like it was just a filler episode to set us up for future seasons, which is okay, but I just felt they spent too much time there, and it felt like a waste of time. And if I watch season 4 again, which I will be doing, I'll probably actually skip that episode. But anyway, only other thing I didn't like about it was the soundtrack. This is a current problem I'm having with Invincible because I love their soundtrack, but I'm only getting 2 or 3 songs per season. Compared to the first season, I love the entire soundtrack. I mean, the whole thing is a banger. But these past few seasons have just been kind of okay, and I'm only getting 2 or 3 songs to put on my run list when I go to the gym and run on the weekends. That's why I look forward to Invincible, so I can get some good songs on there. But anyway, that being said, everything else about this season I really loved. I love what they did with the whole Adam and Eve thing going on. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but I did like the direction that they took that, and they didn't spend too much time on it. It kind of makes you wait the whole entire season to see what's going to happen, and they kind of wrapped it up fairly quickly, and I didn't like that, but I like the decision that they made. Even though I don't agree with the decision that they made, but I like the way they portrayed it, and I hope something more comes about it than what they wrapped up with it. But anyway, that being said, I like that part. I loved Thrag and the Invincible War. They nailed that, for me at least. I'm glad they didn't spend too much time on it, but it did seem like the most of the season was out in space fighting the Viltrumites, and that's what I wanted, and they gave me that in spades. So thank you, Invincible creators, for that. And, there are many other storylines to wrap up that they didn't wrap up at the end of the season, which I thought they were going to do, like the whole thing going on with Monster Going Robot being in another dimension. They touched on it a little bit more, and they kind of, left us with, okay, what's going to happen next season, which is what they're supposed to do. And I think they did a brilliant job with this season as far as wrapping up some older storylines that were happening in previous seasons, and so we can focus on more stuff in the next season. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited for the next season. The only thing I wish is that these seasons were longer and not just 8 episodes, because I'm addicted to this show. I love it. Of course, I got my new Invincible shirt just for you guys. I'm just enthralled with how great this show has been since season 1. May have little issues here and there, but overall it's a fantastic story, great character development, and they just created and developed more characters this season, and I'm excited to see what happens with all of them in the future, because the way they left it off really left me hanging, and I'm definitely wanting for more, so they definitely did their job right. But anyway, guys, it's not all about what I think. What do you think? Have you seen Invincible Season 4? Do you plan on watching it? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to remember the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bam!